8 News Now is your local election headquarters, and tonight the race for president turned into high gear. Thank you for tuning in tonight at 11. I'm Brian Loftus.
And I'm Denise Valdez. Both parties are declaring victory after a pretty tense 90-minute debate. We have team coverage tonight. Madison Kimbrough and James Schaefer are at each party's headquarters, but we start with Kyle Payne with a look at how each candidate fared. Kyle?
Brian, Denise, the first debate between these two saw the vice president and the former president take their best shots at pleading their cases to voters, and each took their best shots at each other.
She doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan, and it's like 4 sentences, like run, spot, run.
The former president came out swinging on the economy, one of the issues on which he has long prided himself, and one that he says the vice president is weak.
What they've done to business and manufacturing in this country is horrible. We have nothing.
But Vice President Harris says it's just the opposite, and Trump's plan will tank the U.S. economy.
What the Wharton School has said is Donald Trump's plan would actually explode the deficit. 16 Nobel laureates have described his economic plan as something that would increase inflation and by the middle of next year would invite a recession.
The candidates talked at length about issues here at home and really went to battle with each other over wars abroad.
We must chart a course for a two-state solution. And in that solution, there must be security for the Israeli people and Israel, and in equal measure for the Palestinians. But the one thing I will assure you always, I will always give Israel the ability to defend itself.
She hates Israel. If she's president, I believe that Israel will not exist within 2 years from now. And I've been pretty good at predictions, and I hope I'm wrong about that one.
Right or wrong, both candidates punched hard.
This is a crooked administration.
You are a disgrace.
And Vice President Harris may have thrown more landing punches like this.
These dictators and autocrats are rooting for you to be president again because they're so clear they can manipulate you with flattery and favors.
And when it came to immigration, Harris again blamed Trump, saying he killed key legislation that would have helped the problems at the border.
He'd prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. And understand, this comes at a time where the people of our country actually need a leader who engages in solutions.
I ask, what about all the people that are pouring into our country and killing people that she allowed to pour in? She was the border czar, remember that. She was the border czar. She doesn't want to be called the border czar because she's embarrassed by the border.
And things didn't get any more cordial on the topic of abortion, with both candidates trying to appeal to voters in the post-Roe versus Wade political landscape.
We've gotten what everybody wanted. Democrats, Republicans, and everybody else, and every legal scholar wanted it to be brought back into the states. And the states are voting. And it may take a little time, but for 52 years, this issue has torn our country apart.
The majority of Americans believe in a woman's right to make decisions about her own body, and that is why in every state where this issue has been on the ballot, in red and blue states both, the people of America have voted for freedom.
Some pretty high tension for two people who had never even met each other until about 5 hours ago. Now, 56 days until the election, Nevada, one of 7 battleground states, will be back in the election spotlight when former President Trump holds a rally in downtown Las Vegas on Friday. Denise.